Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're hailing from. Welcome to another episode of the Level Up Hour. I am Chris Short, executive producer of OpenShift TV. We have had a fun little fire drill this morning. Apparently, the card that was being used for our Restream account expired, or their billing system did something wrong. But $300 later, everything's fixed. So there you go.
Well, if the credit card wasn't based on Bitcoin, maybe it wouldn't be so volatile, right?
Right. Yeah, if the expiration date did it actually it's a whole thing, right? Like within 20 minutes, we have figured out that it's not our fault. The card is working fine. So we'll figure this out later. But welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am joined by the one and only, the illustrious Langdon White. Langdon, we're talking about Podman V3 and some what today?
And some Docker Compose.
Snap. All right. That's what I'm talking
about. We even have some Ansible for the show today, so that should make you happy.
Nice.
Yeah. So as some people may have seen, so let's start from the beginning. But we'll start with the level up hour, and I can share my awesome slides, which if anybody notices, don't really change every episode.
You gotta add the thing, the links.
That's true. Let's see. So let's see if we can get some slightly better aspect ratio. All right. So this is the level up hour where we talk about why containers rock and why you might enjoy using them, even as kind of an administrator, or, of course, they're targeted at developers, but, there's a lot of good reasons to use them as an administrator, even using them as a developer in kind of your day-to-day tasks instead of just to do production deployments or something. Can also be really useful. Mm-hmm. So that's the level up hour. And about us, I'm Langdon White, and you can find me at Langdon with a 1 on Twitter. And this is Chris Short. You can find him at Chris Short on Twitter. And you can always join us on our Discord. One of our audience members actually asked me last night, so what's on the show tomorrow? And I even answered instead of saying, let me Google that for you.
Stop it.
I know. I just love.
To be honest, I didn't update the public calendar. I think Jonathan did. So,
really?
He did it this morning. Full clarity, folks. I was off on Monday. I had surgery on my neck. One half of it feels much better. The other half doesn't feel great. So I'm still recovering from that. But it's been a fun week for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Wednesdays are your Mondays, right? Everything.
Tuesday, Wednesday are either one could be my Monday at this point. So yeah.
To be honest. All right. So today, we're going to talk about Podman V3 and Docker Compose for the second time. If you remember, a few episodes ago, we actually had Brent Bowdy on because Podman V3 had just pretty recently released. We wanted to talk about the new feature set. One of the major things that they did was replicate the Docker REST API, which I, at the time, or until then, I didn't actually even know that it was a REST API. I knew it had an API.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was RESTful. Yeah.
So now it replicates the Docker REST API. However, it is locked to be able to kind of use at least some features of it. Now that I'm saying it, I'm not entirely sure how this works, but the REST API is largely required to have root privileges. So, one of the distinctions we talk about between Podman and Docker is that with Podman, you can do a lot of things without root, whereas with Docker, everything you run has to be with root. So using that REST API is one of those things I believe has to be run with root or root experience. We're actually going to talk about that in the show today. I don't know.
Root experience.
Yeah, experience isn't the right word. I haven't had that much coffee. So
fair enough. And you didn't have a surging power adrenaline boost
to get my brain working.
Right.
But let's talk about it more in detail as we get to it, because me trying to talk about it in the abstract is clearly not going well. So today's last episode, we did some show notes. You can find them at this link. One of these days I really be making those nicer pages, but right now they serve their purpose. You can find a link to the old show. You can find further reading, so basically like links to stuff we talk about. Sometimes I not in this particular episode, but sometimes I'll add content that is kind of relevant or that we didn't get to or whatever that might be interesting for you. Excuse me. So with that, let's get into the actual show. And let me find the stop sharing button. Okay. And then although immediately going to go into sharing, I suppose. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is that when we're working on this is Podman, kind of the default install doesn't give you the ability to run Docker Compose. So what I did to try to make it easier was, first of all, there's a great article by actually I forgot about links. Let me
see your links.
I can give you links. Where did my window go? Here, window.
Where window?
Sorry, I did not prepare my cheat sheet of copyable links like I normally do. But I have most of them around. It just takes me a minute. So let's see.
Do you want me to grab them?
I got this one. So okay. All right. So here is the episode from last time. There's that link, and then here is the article about running Docker Compose with Podman that Brent Bowdy wrote, in fact, that was published on Enable Sysadmin, which is one of the many Red Hat blogs. But it has a lot of good content in general, and you should check it out in general. Netherlands Hackham says he's not able to get to YouTube.
The YouTube streams are up and running. It's just the chat synchronization seems to have a little bit of absurd amount of lag. Right, like I just typed like 30 seconds ago and now it's just showing up, so sorry about that, folks.
Good. Yeah. Well, YouTube's always a little behind, so
shoot, it says waiting for OpenShift. Stand by.
Alrighty,
fix that. This is all part of the
technology
because I wasn't